Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how to start with the Office Exchange for the first time. When you receive your username and password, you want to log in, you must to start registering the cash because the system, there is no money in the system, so we have to open the cache with the initial balance. So this video is to explain how we can do that. With the username and password, we log in. At this point it will tell me please register the cache to be able to add transactions. When we log in, we notice that some of the tiles are disabled. This is because the cache is closed and we cannot perform any transactions. The other things are reports and do not transactional. We can start with the caching in, but it's better to start with registering the cache. So the cache is open. There is two ways to open the cache. One way is to take over somebody else's cache. Let's, for example, I have these accounts right now, these users, and they already started. So we are just testing the users. So one of the users, user number 10, it has some available balance. If the user 10 shift is over and he wants to transfer this balance to me, he can do that. So I can just take over the cache from him, and he can close the cache and put user 10 password here. But at this point I'm just going to do a self. Let me first go back to the 0 and we do this. I don't think it was necessary, but I just did that. So we do the self cache in. It's mean that we start with the 0 if that's completed, and we close it. And as we can see, the tile is enabled now. We can start doing the transactions. So I'm just gonna add the initial balance with the cache in. So cache in window will help me to add the initial balance. First I'll click on the view accounts. These are the accounts available in the system. I'm just gonna add, for example, $2,000 for USD. The service charge, debit, these are type of method of payments that the clients can pay us, and the accounts are used for that. I'm gonna explain later. But for other currencies we have only one account, so we can just add 5,000 euro, 2,000 CD, and 3,000 GBP. And I'm gonna say first cash in. So these are going to be my initial balance. I'm just gonna cash in. Are you sure? Yes. The caching is completed. We have these initial balance in the system, so we can just close it and we start doing a transaction. When I open the transaction POS system, I will always do the sanction window as well. So when a client is doing a transaction, I can also check him in the sanction list. If I know the client's ID already, I can just type in client ID and use the tab button, and then when I do that, it will actually bring the client's informations, and we can view all the details. This client is already in the sanction list, and we can notice that this is the high risk. The way we do it in the high risk is we go to the update and we go to the compliance window, and here I can just go with a different risk level, and I can select what's the reason I think this is a high risk, for example. There are some other information here that we can just update and to get to know the clients a little bit better, but I'm gonna explain, that's a different video. I'm just gonna explain about that later. To continue with the transactions, we can also search for the clients. So if I looking for the Gulam, for example, we can type in the partial names as well, because it uses the white call to actually search for the clients. So it's looking for the names start with GHOL and the last name starts with the SH. So that's it. Tells me the client's ID is expired. As we can see, the client's ID is expired, so we're gonna select the client's ID. I can just scan. Right now I have my passports, my son's passports on the scanner. It's a regular scanner, like the broader scanner. I'm just gonna use that to scan the document. You can scan any document. Oh, I can see there is a issue here. So let's. Yeah. If I scan this again, it should be corrected. And now I can select that, and I can save client. So this is how we can use the scanner. We can also upload documents, like I can just upload this document and save it. This will actually okay, so I don't wanna. This is how you can just use the arrow button to scroll down to the images. We have three buttons here: we buy, we sell, and the inverse sell. The difference between the we sell and the inverse sell is that when we say F2 we sell, if I go euro, we say okay, $1,000 we are selling, and the client pays 1,111 and 80 cents. If I do inverse, this is gonna be how much clients actually has in US dollars, like for example 1,200, and that would be the total amount calculated. So if I want to actually right now buy, we go with the example, we buy 1,000 or go like 500, and then the service charge 2% of the total we calculate, it will be add up that whatever we receive from the clients, and then we can just continue with the F1. That's we'll save and print. Okay. And let me do another buy. So I'm just gonna buy 400. By the way, if I go the big amount, it will ask you that to put manager passwords for approval. So this limitation, this threshold is configurable from the backend. So you just tell us like what the limit you want it to be, the maximum that requires the approval, so we can just add that to the configurations. I think right now is 5,000. So at this point, I'm just gonna go with 400, and then we just gonna, and these are the method of payment that we receive from the clients or we pay to the clients. So if the client pays with a debit card or credit card, we choose this. If the cash, choose that. If the money was already transferred and we can accept that as a method of payment, we can select that. So these are the accounts in the system. When we look at the account balances, we can see how much actually we have in each account. So we did 2 transactions so far, and we now want to close the cache. Now we start the cache, we did some cache in, now we did some transactions, and now we want to close the cache. To close the cache, we go to transfer balance, and then we move the balance that we have to our vault, cache vault. So at the end of the shift, place how actually the cache out process and the cache in process should be, and the system has a few ways to manage that. We can put some restrictions and do some customization if required. At this point, we are going to I'm going to transfer my cash, whatever I have here, uh, into cash vault. So these are my balances: 4,000, 2,000, and 3,000. Uh, uh, for US, we have a few accounts, but for other currencies, we have only one account per currencies. So it should be okay. Just gonna close it. And this is our what I did is because I logged in as as a teller that has more access, um, I was able to actually